Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like the woman staring back just isn't quite you anymore? Not because you've changed in a bad way, but because your hair, the thing that once felt like an extension of your spirit, no longer reflects who you are today. Maybe you've been wearing the same cut for years, not because you love it, but because it's familiar, safe, age-appropriate as they say, but here's the truth: your age should never decide your style. And it definitely shouldn't decide how you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror. The right haircut doesn't just make you look younger, it helps you reconnect with the most authentic version of yourself. The one who's still full of energy, depth, beauty, and a sense of self that took years to earn. So in this video, I'm going to share 7 haircuts that are perfect for women over 50, not because they hide your age, but because they celebrate it. These styles are fresh, elegant, and designed to help you feel confident, radiant, and completely you. Style 1, Soft Layered Bob. Soft, sophisticated, and undeniably you. Sometimes the smallest change makes the biggest difference. The soft layered bob is one of those quiet transformations that doesn't scream for attention, but somehow everyone notices. It's graceful, it's refined, and it speaks volumes without saying a word. This cut falls gently below the chin or just above the shoulders, hugging your face with soft, airy layers. These layers aren't dramatic, they're delicate, thoughtful, like brushstrokes in a portrait. The style moves with you. It catches the light. It breathes. Unlike blunt cuts that can feel heavy or stiff, the soft layered bob brings life and lightness. It lifts your face visually, especially around the cheekbones and jawline. And that matters because as we age, our features soften, and this cut gives just enough shape to feel defined but never harsh. You won't just look refreshed. You'll feel it. This style is ideal for fine or thinning hair. The layering builds subtle volume at the crown and around the face without needing a lot of styling products. If your hair tends to fall flat, these soft layers give it movement and energy. It also flatters most face shapes, especially round, oval, or softly angular faces. But here's the real beauty: it's easy. You don't need to spend hours in front of a mirror. A quick blow-dry with a round brush, maybe a bit of volumizing mousse at the roots, and you're out the door. Polished but never overdone. I remember a woman named Julia, 57, Italian-American, bold but beautifully gentle. She'd worn long hair for over 30 years. One day she sat in my chair and said, "I don't need long hair to prove I was beautiful. I want a cut that shows I still am in a whole new way." We gave her a soft layered bob with warm caramel highlights. When she walked out of the salon, the sunlight caught her hair just right. She smiled, not at the mirror, but at herself. And that's when I knew this wasn't just a haircut, it was a homecoming. The soft layered bob doesn't try to make you look 30. It helps you feel whole right here, right now, not too short to lose your femininity. Not too long to weigh you down. It's balanced, elegant, effortless. It's for the woman who's done chasing youth because she's too busy living fully. Style 2, Long Pixie. Bold, soft, and unapologetically you. There's a moment in every woman's life when she realizes she doesn't have to explain herself anymore. The long pixie cut is for that woman. The one who's done asking for permission. It's short, yes, but not severe. It keeps just enough length around the bangs and ears to feel soft, feminine, and elegant. The kind of cut that lets the breeze touch your neck but still frames your face with intention and care. Unlike the classic pixie that's cropped tight and edgy, the long pixie plays with contrast. The crown is lightly layered to add volume, while the sides flow gently around the temples. The back is clean and tapered, allowing your neckline to shine. When paired with natural silver or soft smoky tones like ash blonde or beige brown, the result is effortless sophistication with a quiet edge. Visually, this style lifts the entire face. It highlights your cheekbones, draws attention to the eyes, and opens up the jawline and neck, instantly making your silhouette appear taller and more graceful. It doesn't just flatter your features, it frees them. The long pixie works beautifully for women with fine or thinning hair, especially those embracing their natural silver. It adds texture and density without looking bulky. It's also perfect for oval, heart-shaped, or slightly round faces, thanks to the softness it brings around the forehead and temples. And more than anything, it fits a woman with a calm kind of confidence, the kind that doesn't beg to be noticed but always is. I once styled a woman named Elaine, 64 years old, a retired literature teacher. She sat down in my chair and said, "I've spent most of my life trying to make other people comfortable. But now, I just want a haircut that feels like me." We chose a long pixie with side-swept bangs and soft layers hugging her ears. As she looked in the mirror, she didn't smile right away. Instead, she took a breath, then whispered, "I feel free." The long pixie is not about being edgy or chasing trends. It's about standing in your truth. It's soft but never weak, strong but never loud. It's for the woman who's walked through life, gathered wisdom, and decided that simple and honest is more beautiful than perfect and polished. She knows who she is, and she no longer needs to explain it. Style 3: shoulder length with subtle layers, effortless beauty with a quiet grace. Not every hairstyle needs to shout to be heard. Some simply whisper and leave a lasting impression. That's exactly what the shoulder length cut with soft, subtle layers does. It's elegant without trying, graceful without effort, and timeless without feeling dated. This style typically falls just at or slightly below the shoulders, long enough to feel feminine, short enough to stay light and manageable. The beauty lies in the softness of the layers. They're not dramatic or choppy. Instead, they melt into each other like watercolors blending on a canvas. The ends are feathered ever so slightly, adding natural movement and texture. With a soft side part or gently wispy fringe, the result is fluid, romantic, and incredibly flattering. What makes this cut especially magical is the way it moves. Those subtle layers create lift and motion, making fine or thinning hair appear fuller and more vibrant without any heavy styling. The hair catches light differently, adding depth and dimension. It doesn't just sit there, it dances even when you don't. Visually, this style softens the face in all the right places. It frames the jawline, adds a gentle curve around the cheeks, and helps elongate the neck, subtly refining your profile without effort. If your features have become more angular or if your jawline has softened with time, these layers bring balance and harmony back into the picture. It's an ideal style for women with fine to medium hair and a naturally straight or slightly wavy texture. If you're someone who wants to look put together but doesn't have time for daily styling rituals, this cut is a quiet lifesaver. It grows out beautifully, requires minimal maintenance, and always looks fresh, even with just a finger comb and a touch of leave-in conditioner. I think of Sandra, 59 years old, a public health coordinator with a warm smile and a very full life. She came into my salon one afternoon and said, "I want hair that won't get in the way of my day, but still makes me feel beautiful." We chose this style, soft layers grazing her shoulders, a gentle swoop near the cheekbones. When she looked in the mirror, she didn't gasp or cry, she just sighed, a deep, peaceful kind of sigh. And then she said, "That's me." But more breathable, this cut is like a silk dress. It doesn't cling, it doesn't flare, it simply flows with ease, with confidence, and with just enough polish. Women over 50 don't need hair that proves anything. They need hair that supports how they live, how they feel, and who they've become. And this cut does exactly that with quiet elegance and effortless charm. Style 4: chin-length blunt bob, minimal, powerful, unapologetic, clean, strong, intentional. That's what the chin-length blunt bob delivers. This is not a haircut that tries to please, it doesn't whisper. It speaks clearly, directly, and without compromise. Cut straight across, right at the chin, this bob creates a bold, architectural frame around your face. The ends are thick, even, and structured, no layers, no frills, no distractions. And that's the beauty of it. Visually, this cut sharpens your profile. It defines the jawline, elongates the neck, and brings a natural lift to the lower half of the face. It's the kind of style that says, "I know who I am and I'm not asking for approval." It's ideal for women with oval, round, or square-shaped faces. The precision of the cut helps balance facial proportions and adds a sense of symmetry. It also works best with straight or slightly thick hair, where the blunt edge can hold its weight and shape. If your hair is fine, adding a bit of volume at the crown keeps it from falling flat. This style speaks to women who appreciate clean lines, modern silhouettes, and simplicity with impact. No drama, no fuss, just presence. I once worked with a woman named Marion, 61 years old, who had just retired from a 30-year career in finance. She came into the salon and said, "I've spent my whole life negotiating. I'm done. I want something clear, strong me." We gave her a chin-length blunt bob, no layers, no styling tricks, just a perfect one-length cut. When she looked at herself in the mirror, she didn't smile right away. She nodded, like she had finally arrived at something honest. Here's how I see it. This isn't a haircut designed to charm anyone. It's not sweet, it's not trendy. It's the haircut you get when you've outgrown needing permission. It doesn't try to impress, it just tells the truth, so do you. Style 5, Elegant Shag, effortless movement, undeniable confidence. The elegant shag is like a soft jazz solo, unexpected, full of texture, and impossible to ignore. This cut features soft, layered tiers that are intentionally tousled, giving off just the right amount of undone charm. It's not messy. It's deliberate. A little wave here, a little flick there, each layer is designed to create natural movement and volume without making the hair feel bulky or stiff. The overall shape is fluid, flattering, and just edgy enough to feel modern without trying too hard. You'll typically see this style grazing the shoulders or just past them, with longer layers cascading around the face and crown. It works beautifully with natural waves, loose curls, or even slightly frizzy textures. Add some soft curtain bangs or wispy fringe, and suddenly the whole face lifts, cheekbones pop, the forehead softens, and the entire look takes on a fresh, youthful vibe. Visually, the elegant shag adds body and bounce to finer hair, creating the illusion of thickness and depth. It's a game changer for women who feel like their hair has started to flatten with age. And emotionally, it's freeing. You don't have to tame every strand. In fact, the imperfection is the point. This style is perfect for women with wavy or fine hair, especially if you're drawn to that refined boho aesthetic, relaxed, artistic, but always put together. It works best with oval, heart-shaped, or long faces, where the framing layers help balance proportions and soften sharper angles. And it's ideal for anyone who wants to feel both polished and spontaneous, like you could go from the farmer's market to dinner without ever needing a touch-up. I once styled a woman named Gwen, 56, a ceramic artist who lived between the mountains and the sea. She told me, "I don't want a hairstyle that looks like I'm trying to prove something. I want one that moves with me." We went with a shoulder-length shag, added light bangs that kissed her temples, and let her hair do what it naturally wanted to do. When she looked in the mirror, she laughed and said, "That's me. That's actually me." The elegant shag isn't just a haircut. It's a mindset. It's for the woman who's let go of perfect because she knows authentic is more powerful. She doesn't smooth down every flyaway. She doesn't chase trends. She lives, she moves, and she glows. And her hair follows beautifully, unapologetically, and on her own terms. Style 6, long layers with curtain bangs, timeless length, thoughtful layers. Some women let go of their long hair as they age, others make it grow with them. This style is for the latter. Long layers with curtain bangs is the perfect way to keep the length you love while adding softness, movement, and dimension. The cut features long, flowing layers throughout the body of the hair, with face-framing bangs that part naturally down the center or slightly off to the side, just enough to brush gently against the cheeks. The layers create lift and movement without taking away fullness. The curtain bangs soften the forehead, open up the eyes, and draw attention to the center of the face. It's graceful without being overly styled, romantic but not childish. The kind of haircut that lets you wear your femininity like a quiet melody. Visually, this cut helps to balance facial proportions, especially if you're noticing tension lines around the brow or a bit of sagging at the jaw. The layers create a gentle frame that pulls the eye inward, highlighting your eyes, cheekbones, and the natural curves of your face. It gives the illusion of structure without being severe. It works beautifully on women with medium to thick hair and natural wave or soft texture. It's especially flattering for those with oval, long, or heart-shaped faces. And if you're someone who still loves long hair but feels like it needs more shape or interest, this cut offers exactly that, without giving up the length that feels like part of your identity. One of my longtime clients, Rebecca, 62, once said to me, "I've worn my hair long my whole life. But now I want it to look intentional, not like I just never cut it." We gave her a layered cut that followed the flow of her waves and added curtain bangs that softly framed her face. The transformation wasn't drastic, but it was powerful. "It's like my hair is finally catching up with who I've become," she told me. This style is like a symphony, full of layers, rhythm, and gentle shifts in tone. It never feels flat, never boring. It's for the woman who still loves softness but on her own terms. She doesn't chase youth, she chooses elegance with presence. She keeps her length not because she's afraid to let go, but because she knows how to evolve without erasing what's already beautiful. Style 7. Sleek silver blunt cut, quiet strength, radiant simplicity. There's something breathtaking about a woman who fully embraces her silver hair and chooses to make it shine. The sleek silver blunt cut is not about covering up. It's about celebrating what time has given you. This cut is sharp, minimal, and stunning in its precision. The hair is typically worn just above the shoulders or right at the collarbone, with a perfectly straight edge, no layers, no softness, just a clean, solid line that reflects strength and clarity. The silver shade, whether natural gray, icy platinum, or soft pewter, is treated like silk, deeply conditioned, trimmed regularly, and kept luminous. That sleekness gives the entire style a quiet luxury feel. It doesn't shout for attention, it doesn't need to, it's composed, powerful, beautiful in stillness. Visually, this cut brings focus to the jawline and neck, creating an elegant frame for the face. It sharpens the silhouette and elongates the profile. Silver hair, when healthy and shiny, acts like light, softly bouncing off the skin, highlighting the eyes, and softening the overall appearance without hiding anything. It's modern yet timeless. The sleek blunt cut is ideal for women with naturally straight or slightly wavy hair, especially those who have chosen to transition to gray or silver and want a style that feels intentional, polished, and bold. It suits oval, heart-shaped, or longer faces, and especially those with a confident, minimalist sense of style. One of my favorite stories came from a woman named Janine, 65, who had spent over 2 decades coloring her hair chestnut brown. One day she walked into my salon and said, "I'm ready to stop pretending I'm someone I used to be. I want to look like me right now." We chopped off her long layered cut, went blunt, and let her natural silver shine through. She ran her fingers through her hair, laughed, and said, "I've never felt more like myself. And I've never looked more modern." Silver hair, when loved and well cared for, is more beautiful than any dye could ever recreate. The sleek blunt cut doesn't chase youth, it radiates self-knowledge. It's not about softness, it's about clarity, not about hiding but about arriving. And for the woman who owns her age, her choices, and her presence, this cut is nothing short of a crown. Your hair isn't just a style, it's a story. It's how you show the world who you are without saying a single word. No matter which haircut you choose, the most important thing isn't whether it makes you look younger, it's whether it makes you feel like you. Beautiful, grounded, alive, because beauty after 50 isn't about chasing who you used to be. It's about celebrating who you are right now. So let me ask you, does your current haircut still reflect the woman you've become? And if the answer is no, maybe it's time to write your next chapter with a fresh new cut that truly speaks your name. If this video spoke to you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, what's the one haircut that made you feel most like yourself, or the one you're finally ready to try? And if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. There's so much more to come, stories, inspiration, and style made just for you. Because your beauty has only just begun.